Merry meet Annie here. Do you ever feel the urge to walk barefoot on winter soil? Most of us would answer no. I would too if walking on the cold or frozen earth were not part of an exploratory exercise that was part of my early studies in earth-based spirituality. I still smile remembering the day when our circle was told to take off our shoes and go walking on the winter earth. Well, we felt ridiculous at first, walking in circles in a city park with cold toes and ankles complaining that there was no give and take to the landing zones for our feet on that hard ground. Honestly, we were glad when the exercise was over. But there is something to be said for knowing the earth in winter well, and I think we were beginning to understand that during the length of that walk. Well, perhaps we don't need the extreme of walking barefoot on it. I've only repeated the exercise a couple of times in the decades since, and I have to admit that's been walking in the cold winter in the sands on the beach. But even properly shod, there's a lot to experience in walking on winter soil. The way it feels different and sounds different, the different way the body feels, perhaps a bit physically uncomfortable at first, but when the natural furnace that is our body kicks in and find we are warming up, we eagerly move more quickly and rev up our walking engine. And it's not just about walking on the earth in winter. It's about feeling it with our hands, perhaps sitting on it. I always have a plastic bag with me when I'm walking, as whether it keeps me dry in damp springtime or warmer in cold winter, it comes in mighty handy when I want to sit. There's a feeling of becoming one with the earth in the seasons when it is receptive and more soft in nature. And the shifting perspective of winter, of being on the earth with a slight feel of separation, offers a new way to respect the land. Not so receiving, not so giving, but perhaps more supportive. A new old way of being witness to the same old thing. We tend towards hibernation in the winter when there's a wonderful possibility to see an old friend, the very land we live on, in a new way. From Chief Luther Standing Bear. The old people came literally to love the soil, and they sat or reclined on the ground with a feeling of being close to a mothering power. It was good for the skin to touch the earth, and the old people liked to remove their moccasins and walk with bare feet on the sacred earth. Their teepees were built upon the earth, and their altars were made of earth. The birds that flew into the air came to rest upon the earth, and it was the final abiding place of all things that lived and grew. The soil was soothing, strengthening, cleansing, and healing. And I would add to that, and for your consideration, yes, even in winter. I wish you mirth and reverence. May part.